to the Joshua World Talk Show.
Yes. Today, we're going to be talking about how Josh basically got started in all this. We can go back to, he was 6 years old when he got his first kitty zoom camera, just a camera.
Yeah.
And he could take videos with that. He would have fun and mess around with that. He came here and took a lot of pictures and did a lot of videos. But when he was 8 years old, his daddy Danny brought home a VHS video camera.
I remember that.
And, Josh was all excited about it. But he was in his room, but Danny got it all set up and got it working and everything. And he called Josh in to the den to check it out. And Josh came in and wanted to be on camera. And when he first just got on the other side of that lens and became the, Joshua face, he was a different little boy. He came alive. And I mean, before he wouldn't talk a whole lot, but he'd get in front of that camera and he'd say, "Welcome to Joshua World." I mean, he just came alive. He began to, just talk about things and just want to entertain people with his videos. And but when he was 8 years old, that's when it all kind of began. When he started, using video cameras, and down through the years, it's been kind of rough at times because he'd bring the camera here at family gatherings and stuff, and he would want to get every minute of it. He'd want to video everything. And back years ago, we used to do that. We used to have the little 8mm cameras.
His granddaddy was big on filming.
So Josh comes by it very honestly.
Yeah.
But back years ago, of course, sometimes they didn't have the sound, and you just watch. But then there were sound movies and things like that. And
We were the first one in the family to ever have one of those video cameras.
Yeah. Was it like an 8mm? Yeah.
I was 8 or 16.
I think it was probably an 8mm. That's the smaller film. Yeah, 16mm. Yeah, but it used to be. I mean, people they still react the same way when a camera's stuck in their face. They're like, "No, don't do it." You shy away from it. But it can be.
He'd take it camping. He'd get everybody walking away on their backside.
Now that's very unflattering. but Josh would stick it in your face, and want to get you talking, and everybody's like, "Go away!" And Josh just, he really loves archiving things. He loves making memories and having memories to look back on.
Unknown name. Here we go.
Call from.
Okay. What was I saying? Oh, he Josh really loves to archive and get the memories on video. To a point, though, at times when it was annoying, and I get that, but I'm grateful for all the video that he does have.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of the people on those videos are no longer here.
Yeah.
And as annoying as it was,
At that time, people weren't thinking about that.
No, they didn't think about the future and the possibility of people being gone and
The artist passed away early too, 64.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
early.
Yeah. But I mean, he's got all these videos of these family get-togethers and all of us.
Of course, he never did meet Granddad, did he?
No. Tori never met Granddad. She was born a year after he passed. But anyway, but I appreciate the videos that he's got. It's a lot for me to do this, but I mean, I'm grateful. I'm glad that he's got them. And that he's editing and you know, making sense of a lot of it too. But, you know, he's invented this thing called Joshua Video. It's a Joshua Video. Josh made a show called the Joshua Video. And it's just all about things that happen around him and you know, events. And what he does is he takes all these things that he's filmed and he puts them all together and makes a video out of them. And I love some of his creations. And then that morphed into all these other videos that he has now that he shows and puts on like YouTube and things like that. That's how Joshua World was founded. It began November 26th, 2015. And he's made so many videos since then. But he's at a point where he wants to take a break and kind of end it for now. He wants to possibly end it. I mean, all his videos are fun, but I think he wants to get more serious about what he's doing. You know, I think that's probably why. What do you think? You think he wants to go on to
Well,
bigger?
probably he's getting older and he's more serious things.
Yeah. You know, one of the reasons why he's shying away from videoing at some of these things is that he's worried that you know, too many people don't want to be on there. They're worried about where this video is going to show up, and you know, the world today.
Oh.
It's you know, you don't know what people are going to do with it. And Josh does this for fun, and you know, there's a lot of videos out there, and this is good, clean fun, unlike some other things. But you know, he didn't want people to get upset and worried with him, you know, worried about why he's videoing, and you know, it's understandable in today's world why, you know, people might be worried, but he just doesn't want the stress of it, you know, to be out there. He'd rather people just accept it and enjoy it, and you know, he's not doing it to be rude. You know, his way of thinking is everyone deserves to be a star. I mean, Gan, you're a star. You're a star.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sure I am.
Okay, this is what he's written to me. He says, I'm worried that people won't want their picture out there. You know, if you or someone you know appears in an episode of the show, you know, he's saying, please don't be mad and don't worry about it. Just accept it. Not in a rude way. Everyone deserves to be a star. You know, he just wants everybody to, you know, accept themselves and have fun with it. You know, it's hard sometimes. He struggles to video memories because a lot of people don't want to see them. You know, but now I'm grateful that he has all those memories, like I said before. You know, we've got you on video. How many times?
I wish we had time sometime, Billy, to show some of them on the screen.
Yeah.
And Ernest had.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's taking us back.
That would be way back. Well, you remember that video that Tori made?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I
That
think
was, would you call that a video?
it was a video, a DVD. It's a video of, you know, very emotional. It was wonderful.
Danny gave Billy a projector.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked me, he said, shall I give that back? I said, no, he wanted you to have it.
Mm-hmm.
So he could show it on that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Well, we've got some oldies, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Everybody, it's
It got to be a hassle.
well,
I didn't
Can
know
we-
you had to get permission to take your family's picture. I don't understand that, never will, so. Ernest never did get permission.
you know, we can talk about that. You know, in this day and age, you know, everybody wants you to give them permission to film them. I mean, it's a big rigmarole. But what did Ern used to do? What did he used to do?
Sneak up and do it.
He'd just do it. And it was, of course, it was fun, and it was, you know.
We all laughed and then forgot about it.
Yeah. But times change, don't they?
And they're making something out of nothing.
Yeah. Sometimes people don't understand how to appreciate the
No,
things
they
that
don't.
you do. But we don't want this to be a bummer, a downer. What do you love about Joshua World and some of the things he's done?
Well, I just like to look at his creativity.
Mm-hmm.
I never would, my mind don't run in that vein of thought, so I don't know how he comes up with it, but
I know, like,
he thinks different than I do. So.
it's an abstract kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do what he does, no way. So,
Yeah. It's that creative mind.
right.
Yeah. Well, I'm amazed at how he can edit things. How
Yeah.
he makes them look like, you know, it just happens. And I think I laugh a lot, and I enjoy the fact that he plays several characters. And all he does is he'll take off his glasses, or he'll flip his glasses upside down, and or put a blanket around himself, and you know, it's like we need to do disguises instead. But he gets them all in order. And how do you begin to take a video like that and be able to splice the things together and make it look seamless?
Oh, I couldn't afford to do that than
It's
a goose.
amazing. It's
I
amazing.
do well to load a camera. And you can't buy. Betty Lou told me the other day, she said, I can't take pictures. I can't buy film for my camera anymore.
Yep. And that's so sad. That is
It
so
is.
sad. A lot of those. You still can get regular film, but you have to go to like a professional camera store to get it.
Oh.
There are still people that do.
And they probably have to order it.
Yeah, well, there are people that still do 35 millimeter, you know, pictures and things like that. But I would imagine now it's gotten rather expensive.
The film would be real high. But if it's something you really want to take pictures of, you wouldn't mind paying it. But,
Yeah.
like her granddaughter's graduation,
Mm-hmm.
She didn't take her camera because she can't buy the film.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, that's where you get one of those little toss-out cameras that you can just give to
I don't
Walmart.
think you
know.
can get them anymore.
I think they're digital. I think they've turned into like digital, and you can. I think maybe I'm wrong. Walmart
See, I used
still.
to get them at Walgreens all
Yeah.
the time.
Walmart still develops film. I'm not sure. I think it's all digital though. You have to put the little chip in the reader, and then they, you know, and you make, you order what you want from that
Oh.
thing. And
Oh, that's okay.
yeah, that'd be something she might want to look
But they
into.
don't have the regular strip of film, I don't guess they.
No, not negatives anymore. You know, unless you have a place that will develop the 35 millimeter film. But it's easier digitally. I still have negatives. I still have the prints in my hand.
I do too, but they're all jumbled up.
Yeah. Toss salad cameras.
Oh!
No.
And I don't guess you can buy, what's that, the instant ones?
Polaroid?
Yeah.
I think they came back a little bit. I think they actually do have those out now.
No,
They're smaller pictures though.
people probably holler.
I don't know. They're out there. Vintage is big now.
Well, they wouldn't fit my camera.
No,
I got
no.
two.
You have to get a specific camera. Yeah.
Oh, true.
But the other thing that came back was, you know, LP records, long playing records.
They've come back.
They come back. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah, I knew they were
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
Mhm. And that's the thing, to get a record player.
If I
you know.
could get a needle for that, it still plays.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Danny used to love to come in here.
Oh yeah.
Play
that,
records.
That has a good sound. to
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Opera. That was a shock of relief. Do it again.
Boy, he could do it.
Yeah. Oh. I tell you what I love is when we're doing John Questo and we have to walk back to that room and we all walk. And I was the last one, and you did the last film I saw. You did this little flippy kick. We all laughed about it. But I mean, those are fun things that we do because we're so used to the process. But, and then we put our heads together. Boom.
Yeah.
Those are good things. Good little isms and things that we do. You know, it's a process to make a film, isn't it? Does it wear you out?
Yeah.
Bless your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I feel good today.
You know, sometimes Josh will tell me. Yeah, stop. Sometimes Josh will tell me, you know, he'll apologize. I don't want to force you all to do this, and I'm like, you know,
Yes, you do.
But like after a while, it does, you know, it does wear on you. Like any time you're filming something. I mean, I imagine, you know, the actors and directors and all those people. You know,
They get wore out.
oh, they get wore out. It's hard work because you got to do take after take after take. Sometimes.
Yeah, you get a hard person to work with, don't you know? That's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, or you get an animal that you got to work with.
Or you get a director that's
Yeah.
disgusting.
It's amazing to me how Hallmark does what they do. You know, all the films they produce. But you know, to see the beginnings of Josh and doing what he does, and you know how he's able to do the things he does in the amount of time that he does it in. He knows exactly what he wants. He'll walk around and video something, and he'll turn the video around, and then he'll get in his room on the computer and just edit everything, and it comes out like a perfectly good film. And I'm like, how do you do that? But it's pretty amazing. You know, he is a really good editor, and he of course adds those sound effects and things, and even visual effects. You know, diving into water, and there's no water there, but he adds the water later. How on earth does he do stuff like that?
I don't know.
But you know, there's lots of good programs, and
How did he know to do it?
he knows what he has available to him, and he just you know, films accordingly and then edits in later. How long did it take us to film The Pickle Pig?
Oh my weeks.
Almost a year, was it?
It was a long time.
It was from August to December of 2015, so it was months and months. And I love how impromptu it was when Tori and Ben came into the story. You know, Fernando and Fortanza, Fernando. And my favorite line that she did, that Tori did as Fortanza was, Fernando! She would be crying and couldn't find him. And the way Josh edited it, you know, she would say it over and over again because they were lost in the, you know, whatever that was, the basement area or whatever it was, the tunnels. But that took a long time. We did a lot of growing during that time.
We weren't together very often either.
Yeah, it took a while. Yeah, we would come, you know, maybe once a week, once every other week. It just depended on, you know, when life was, when the schedule was. Anyway, well, I appreciate the time that you take, you know, to make it available to Josh for him to do this.
Oh yeah.
It's
I'm good for something, Mom.
Yeah, it's such a joy, and
Even
people,
though I'm 92, I'm good for something.
and whether or not you understand this, you bring a lot of joy to people's lives when they watch how you go along with it and how you do it. I mean, you know, people are amazed at someone, you know, like you, doing what you do and being so willing and so giving
My
of your
age,
time.
yeah.
But the way you give your
Act so silly.
the way you give your time, it's a blessing. It really is.
Honey, that's all I got is time. Don't have much of that left, so.
I love the fact that you know, we're able to do this, able to video little conversations like this, and it means a lot. It means a lot to Josh, and it means a lot to me.
He's my baby.
Yeah. He's dancing over there.
He's my baby. Always will be.
Well, you know what's fun is when we're over here and you get a phone call. And he gets so excited because he sees the caller ID, and when it's in like an unknown name, and you answer that thing and you'll say hello, and sometimes you'll listen and you get a look on your face like, you know, you look it up, and you get a lot of scam calls, and them want you to push buttons and respond to this and that. But you do more answering of the phone than I ever do. When I get calls on my cell phone, if I don't know the person,
I'll tell you the reason I answer it. A couple of my friends have got those numbers like that, and Laura had one for a long time.
Yeah.
And if I didn't answer it, well, she would never know what I ever answered it.
Yeah.
So that's the reason. I'm afraid not to. Because I remember I got tonight that phone call about them. I'll never forget it as long as I'm there. What if I had to answer my phone?
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's the reason I answer it.
yeah,
You never know.
yeah,
And I can always hang up if it's nothing I want to hear. And so that's the reason I answer it. Billy said, let it go. I don't answer it. I said, well, honey, I do. I just feel a need that I need to, so.
And you never know. And there was a lady that I knew years ago. I was told of her that she was bound to a wheelchair. Couldn't get out and do, things like she wanted to. And, she received, back then you didn't get all these scam calls and things, but she'd answer the phone and it would end up being a wrong number, but she would turn it around and tell them about Jesus. It was just cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She talked about the Lord, and she led a lot of people, to the Lord over the phone.
Oh.
Even though she couldn't physically get out and do what she used to do, she was able to. She used it as a ministry. Well, maybe this is
the
not
Lord
wrong.
had somebody call her accidentally.
Yeah. And it ended up, one of the stories we heard was that it ended up being, that person was saved. Came to know the Lord. And, you never know who's at the other end.
That's the reason I answer that. Billy thinks I'm silly, but I said, I can always push that button. There's nothing wrong with that.
What's really funny though is when I get those calls about your computer, your computer has a virus, in those languages. They're so
I got
funny.
one the other day about that. It's got something wrong with it.
Oh yes, there's a virus.
And you better call your whoever it is, AT&T or somebody.
No, they want you to
Immediately.
They want you to they want to take over your computer.
Oh.
And what's funny is, you'll answer and say, I don't have a computer.
I ain't got one of them.
I haven't got a computer. Oh, you're
I can't have no problem.
It's kind of everybody's supposed to have a computer now. But, what if you don't have Windows and all you have is Apple? Windows. This is so and so from Windows, and we've gotten a notice that there's a virus on your computer, on your Windows computer. I'm like, I don't have Windows. All I have is Apple. No. So right then and there, that it's a scam.
Well, I accidentally was going to turn it off at 9 on channel, and Whoopi come on. And I hadn't quite got it turned off her. And she was talking about people taking pictures of themselves. She says it goes right up to the clouds immediately.
Yeah.
And your picture's up there.
Yep. Even when you delete it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there in the cloud.
That's what she tried to say. She said, now don't get all upset if your picture somebody gets hold of your picture. When you take a picture, it's up there.
Yes.
she was trying to tell him that.
Quit taking the selfies.
Yeah.
Oh, the selfies where they block their face and they show the rest of their body is like, okay, you don't have makeup on. What? But anyway, it's it's a shame that with all this technology, that people will. There's something so wonderful out there, but people will take it and twist it and use it for evil. It's so sad.
It's awful.
Yeah.
And Facebook's getting bad.
Oh, I just don't get on there very much anymore. I don't get on there.
I didn't. Betty Lou don't do it, and I don't do it.
Yeah.
We just don't do it.
Yeah. Well, now I'm grateful for Facebook to Facebook because it's gotten me back together with friends from high school and years ago. A lot of my friends from high school don't have Facebook, but the ones that do know of the people that I'm trying to get in touch with.
Mine are all gone except Betty Lou.
Yeah.
That's the only one I got left.
Yeah. I mean, there are more class members left though, still, right? There are other class members though.
They're all gone.
You're the only two left?
Oh, well, they were real friends of mine. They're gone. Of course, they were all my friends. It's not that, but you have some that's closer than others.
Yeah. And you had smaller classes too. Smaller graduating classes. How big was your graduating?
Now they didn't have as many people then as they do now.
Yeah. How big was your graduating class?
I think it was less than 100.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours was less than 100 when I graduated from the high school I went to. And I went from a big, huge high school down to a small one. And, I was ninth in my class, and I wasn't anywhere near that when I was going to the big school.
Oh.
But I really got into my studies when I moved from Massachusetts to Connecticut. I had nothing but time. No electricity. I mean,
you didn't have no time to study.
Just study. I studied by kerosene lamp, and because the generator that was used for the power, the lights flickered. After Daddy wired the house, and we used the generator we had, the lights flickered. They don't make them to flicker now. They're much, they're better. They're made better. Generators are, so the lights don't flicker. But back then, those lights flickered, and they drove me crazy. It was hard to study. So I studied by kerosene lamp. I put all the lamps in the middle of the table and studied.
Yeah, we had a round table, had these little feet on it. It's a really nice table. They had this great big lamp, it didn't light up the whole room.
Oh, wow.
It was great, great.
Yeah.
It's good as electricity.
Yeah. Well, it did hurt my eyes either way, but I think the kerosene lamp hurt my eyes less than the flickering light. Because my eyes got bad, especially the last 2 years of high school. And the kerosene light, studying by that was really, really hard on my eyes. But
did you ever play school?
Yeah,
I'd
light
light our chairs up, and I'd give them all a piece of paper and a pencil, and I'd write questions down. I'd go around and make some of them wrong. And I'd go around and check them, and you did gotta do better next time,
I don't think I ever did that.
I played school all the time. I always wanted to be a school teacher, but it didn't happen. So I wound up being a Sunday school teacher for 67 years. So
Wow.
I guess that's okay.
Yeah, you were a teacher. Yeah, you were a teacher.
Yeah, but different kind.
Different kind, but you were a teacher. Yeah, you were able to fulfill that
I wanted to be the gym teacher.
Oh, really? The athletic type. Oh, I hated gym.
I loved it. Oh, I couldn't. Well, that was my best class.
Oh, I hated gym class.
Of course, she had classes too, and that's what I wanted to be, but it didn't happen.